Alright, deck showcase time. Red deck wins. Let's get into it. So starting off, we run 2 copies of Heraldic Banner. So this is you're gonna choose red obviously because it's mono red deck wins deck. Pioneer deck, by the way. So this is good. Gets your mana, gives all your red creatures +1. So yeah, all your creatures only cost 3 mana. 2 copies of this. Next up, we're running 4 copies of Castle Embereth. So this is obviously all the Throne of Eldraine land cycles are good. So yeah, you can give your creature an extra +1, and it just adds for mana, and it, as long as you control a mountain, obviously it doesn't enter tapped. So good special land there. Right. Is there a name for the Throne of Eldraine land cycle? I have no idea. And next up, Wizard's Lightning. We're running 4 copies of this. So we're also running some wizards in this deck, obviously, later on. I'll show you. So this is going to be costing 1, hopefully, most of the time. Yep. We're running 4. It says 4 copies of that. We're running 4 copies of Fervent Champion. So this is an amazing card. Obviously used by 2018. Yeah. So only 1 mana, first strike haste. You get +1 on another night, so you're going to run 4 copies of this, so you can put it on the other ones, which you will most likely have multiple out and play. And the equip. We're not running any equips in this deck, but that would be good. Like, I don't know, Embercleave. Is he actually holding Embercleave, in fact? I don't know. But yeah, great. The first strike comes in handy, and haste, obviously, brilliant. So we're actually running quite a lot of Throne of Eldraine cards in this. Throne's got some good mono-red cards. Alright. Gitu Lava Runner from Dominaria. 4 copies of this. These are our wizards for our Wizard Lightning. And so obviously they're going to be getting +1 if you have your... So you're going to be running... Yeah, you're going to have your instant sorceries in the graveyard. So it's going to be good. It's going to have +1. So 2/2 for 1. Great. Like, light up the stage. Amazing card for red mono, especially mono red. So you're gonna be casting this when you have done damage. So for 1. Spectacle for 1, and then you basically just get to draw 2 cards essentially if you have a large enough. So I assume a lot of your stuff doesn't cost very much, so you're basically drawing 2 cards, which you'll be able to play them most of the time, unless they're lands or something. That will suck. Alright, next, Anax. So I decided to run him because this is mono red, so you're gonna have a high devotion, so it'll be good. And also getting a satyr token is handy when your creatures die. So yeah, 4 copies of this. Oh yeah, 4 copies of Light Up the Stage, by the way. 4 copies of Anax. Alright. 3 copies. No, hang on. 3 copies of Anax. 3 copies of Phoenix of Ash. So I just run this because I think it's a good card. So obviously escape with the +1/+1 counter. It only costs 1 extra mana to escape, so not bad. Obviously you can pay 3 and it gets +2 as well, which is pretty good and it's haste as well and flying. So this is just a very good card for mono red deck. Aggro decks, I should say. Next up, Zergo Bell Striker. So 1 mana 2/2, but you probably want to cast it for its dash cost, so you can get the haste. And then, yeah, 2/2. Decent. Good for red. Obviously, we're going to be running... So, oh yeah, four of him, by the way. We're going to be running 20 copies of Mountains. 4 copies of Castle Embereth, by the way. So 20 Mountains. And then 4 copies of Red Cap Melee. So this is great because... Obviously, if you're going up a red deck, it's basically a 1 mana 4 damage, which is great. And if not, it's only sacrificing like a land. Not the end of the world. Especially when you've got such low mana cost for most of your stuff. Next up, Bone Crusher Giant. So this is a really good card. So you get to...
I heard you ask for Crusher Giant, but I can't find that name in your contacts. Do you have their phone number?
Alexa, stop. Right, there goes Alexa. Alright. Bone Crusher Giants. This is a great card because you got the Stomp. So you're going to deal 2 damage. So easy picking off some things. Stomp the birds, I guess. even though no one runs Paradise. Actually, it's Pioneer. Is Paradise legal in Paradise Bird legal in Pioneer? I don't have no idea. But yeah, deals 2 damage. Good for, I guess, stomp the Paradise Druids, whatever. And then that's also good as well when it comes to target spell, does 2 damage, and it's only 3 mana for a 4/3, which is just a great card in itself. So you're going to want to cast Stomp first. Stomp, then it's exiled, then you cast it. Boom. You're going to want to make sure that your opponent, if your opponent's running like blue control, that's going to be risky casting this first because they could just counter it and then you can't play him at all, which is going to suck. So that's the deck. So main good cards I'd say are Bone Crusher and Fervent Champion. And yeah, so that's your main good cards. Thanks for watching the deck. Oh, side note. Also, this deck, because I would have run some like Viashino Pyromancers, so I would have run some of these bad boys. But they're even converted mana to Wasp because I'm running Obosh the Prey Piercer. So obviously Companion's been nerfed a bit, but they're still good. Because if you'll say you haven't got anything you can cast or anything, then you may as well just pay that 3 mana to get this to your hand. Or I think that's the rules, yeah. Anyways, so it does double damage. You're gonna just aggro. I've tried this deck out. You get your opponents fast. It's nice. Yeah. So obviously I was gonna run Viashino Pyromancer, but for Obosh can't do that. But he's a good addition if you're not running Obosh because you don't like companions. Then yeah, run like some Viashinos. Because so extra wizards for your wizard lightning. Slaying Fire's not a bad thing. Actually, this is odd. I might include this. But yeah, Slaying Fire's another good addition. Maybe, and then there's Grim Initiates. You can add this, replace this for some of the other 1 mana red things if you like these. Tin Street Dodger, another good 1 mana card you could include. Then Goblin Banneret from Ravnica. Another good 1 mana card. Sideboard cards you're gonna be running. You're gonna run Soul Guide, Exile their library. I think there's that Tomb Crypt or whatever, which now Exile library. You're probably gonna run with Core 2021. Probably gonna run that instead. Another good card, Satyr Fire Dancer. Obviously it's even, or I probably would include it. So this is good. You get to do damage when they cast spells, so that's just great. Then you could also try adding, if you're not running Obosh, Kari Zev. Very good card because you get that monkey. First strike, menace, only 2 mana, decent. You could also run some lightning strikes. So, yeah, also run if you're not, obviously it's even. Also, you could run maybe sideboard, or you could run some fries because, yeah, if they're running some pesky Teferis or whatnot, then you're gonna running these in your sideboard. Right, that's the end. Thanks for watching. Good to have a sleeve review coming soon, right? Like and subscribe, I guess. Peace.